I knew Damon's family for a long time, but Damon is a little younger than me, so I didn't really know Damon or ever pay attention to Damon because, a little younger than me. So we went to MCC, student government. We both were in student government. I was the student government president, and Damon was the service board chair. So all the girls in student government liked Damon. And then he started, he didn't have a vehicle. I had a vehicle. I had my own place. So he would ask me for rides, but he had to clean off my car in order to get a ride. So, I would give him a ride, and then he would come over sometime and use the computer at my house. But I think that was his game, just to get over there. So one day I got sick, and I had an allergic reaction to something. And Damon, I was on the phone with Damon and told him that I wasn't feeling well and I broke out from something. And he said that they had some little remedy and he can bring me some Benadryl. He brought me some Benadryl over. He brought me some Benadryl over.
Did it work?
It doped me up, so. And the next thing I know,
what?
I woke up and Damon was in the bed with me.
Oh, that's what happened.
Okay, we're gonna cut that.
No, he just stayed over and held me that night, and from that day forward, we've just been kind of kicking it.
You're more than a pretty face, girl with a curvy shape. You're full of substance, you're not shallow at all. For hours we can sit and talk, yeah. I'm just about anything, from A to Z. It's crazy how you relate to me. Oh girl, with you I can always be myself. It's something that I've never felt. What's not to love about you? Every day I find more reasons to. Cause you're inner beauty that's always shining through. What's not to love about you?
Well, you know, I knew of Trina. Like, I used to see her when I was younger. Like, myself, Raju, and Calvin and Kareem. Those are, like, Raju is her brother, and Kareem and Calvin were, her first cousins. And Calvin was like the big brother to everybody. Like, we all used to play football up at the YMCA field. And so I knew Trina from back then. Like, I would see her from time to time, and I knew that was Raju's sister. And I would always say, like, she's a nice looking lady, nice looking girl. And I just seen her, and that was that. And years later, like, we just really crossed paths as far as us both attending MCC. So when I seen her at MCC, I would talk to her from time to time. It was interesting as far as conversation. She had a drive about her. She was dealing with some personal things, and like she said, she had an allergic reaction, and I think it was more so a reaction to the scrubs that she had encountered throughout life, and it was heavy sent. No, but it was just like we began to work together as far as working together as leaders at MCC, and just been actively involved working together to put on programs. The Santa Claus workshop, giving out gifts and taking pictures. And you were actually Mrs. Claus that year, huh? Mm-hmm. No, I wasn't.
What were you, one of the elves?
I think I was a helper or something.
Oh, okay.
Dean Ortero, I think, was Santa that year.
Okay.
I was always that individual that was looking to be involved as it relates to bringing about positive change in our community. So we were both working together. And that was the site that I seen Trina in. I seen her leadership qualities and her abilities, back then at MCC. And also, like, her commitment as a parent. At the time, she was a single parent raising three daughters. And, I could say, like, at that point in time, like, if you asked me, could I see myself with her, that wasn't necessarily the case. Because in being with Trina, there was a whole lot of responsibility that one would have to take on. And you know, it's just like after time, it came to the point where I was just willing to take on that responsibility. You know, come hang out with her and the girls. You know, cook dinner from time to time, and she would cook dinner from time to time, and things just started to roll. You know, at some point.
Some stuff is so like in the beginning of our relationship. The way our relationship came about was kind of full of drama. He had a girlfriend, and actually my kid's father was in prison, and I was really supposed to be waiting on him to come home. So I really wasn't looking for anybody, you know, any relationship. And during that time, like I started kind of liking Damon, and then when the kid's father came home, Damon kidnapped me. No, it was really technically kidnapping because we didn't pack anything, and I just went to talk to Damon. And when I got there, he wanted to sit in the driver's seat while we talked, and then he just put the car in go, and we drove to Canada. I didn't know, we just got on the thruway and we just drove, and I kept saying, where you going, where you going? And we ended up at this hotel, this really nice hotel, and we stayed there and just, you know, cuddled and talked all weekend. And
everything is everything. It's gonna be alright. Everything is everything.
Damon, I love you so much. I am in love with you. I am so happy that God sent you to me and my daughters. I couldn't have asked for anything better. You're God-fearing, you're respectful, you love your community, you love your family, and that's everything that I've always wanted in a man. Oh, and you're so handsome, and I'm so happy to spend the rest of my life with you. Just thinking about spending the rest of my life with you, just, oh God, just bring me so many emotions, positive emotions. Just when I look at where I've been to where I came to since I've been with you, and to where I know God is going to take us, oh God, I just get so overwhelmed. As I sit here and just think about everything, our whole 10 years, I just, oh God, I'm just so happy right now. I'm just ecstatic. 1 week from today, I will be your wife. Who would have thought 10 years ago that I will be marrying you. The power of prayer is powerful. Because I can honestly say, through everything we've been through, we continue to pray. And when I tell you God has worked it out, He has worked it out. So Damon, I say to you that I am so thankful to God that He is finally making me Mrs. Meeks. Ms. Meeks. Okay, Mrs. Meeks. I gotta get used to saying that. So, I love you, Damon, and I'm so happy to be your wife. Damon, you're not only the love of my life, you are my best friend, my soulmate. You were heaven sent. I love you, And thank you for everything.
To Trina, you know, it's been a long journey, yet not that long. I've really enjoyed our friendship. You know, friendship is truly essential to the soul, and I feel that your presence, your friendship, your love, your passion, the things that you give me on a daily basis is essential to my soul. You know, I think back to years ago, and we had that conversation like, did you picture me being your wife back then? And you know, honestly, it wasn't necessarily the case, but it was never to be ruled out. I remember like growing up over, you know, on the west side, being over at the park, over at what we call Wilson Field or the Arnett Field, and playing, you know, pickup football with your brother, with Raju, your cousin Calvin, Kareem, and you know, just a bunch of us out there, and you know, just having good times. And from time to time, I would just see you in the neighborhood, and I would always say, you know, she's a really beautiful lady. And you know, there was the physical attraction, and I just thought, you know, back then, like, wow, you know, she looked nice. You know, Rod's sister, she fine. And who would know, you know, years later, we would both end up at MCC on the same campus, and we would be here today. And it's just like it continued to grow and grow and grow. And we built this thing. I mean, we built a family, Trina. We worked together, we've supported one another. You know, even the fact that we've been able to achieve our levels of education, it came by way of supporting one another. And we've done it thus far, and we'll continue to do this, you know, forever and until death do us part. You know, I'm committed to this thing. I'm committed to you. I'm committed to raising our family, and I'm committed to providing everything necessary in order for us to be successful. You know, I think back and to all things, you know, to God be the glory. And I, you know, think back to like the different scriptures that we've read together, and you know, as the Bible says, the woman is to submit. And often you hear that, but what is followed up with is the woman is to submit to her husband, and the husband is to love her as Christ loved the church. Well, I won't ask you to submit to me if I can't love you as Christ loved the church. And Christ gave the ultimate sacrifice for his church, for us, so that we may have life. So I'm willing and I'm committed to giving that ultimate sacrifice to your happiness, to your well-being, and to the well-being of our children as well. So I just want to say thank you for the time that we spent together. Thank you for the love. We worked on it. Thank you for the respect and the loyalty. I appreciate those things. And, you know, as a man, I feel like I definitely need those things. So I just want to say thank you. I look forward to this journey of marriage that will start on this day. And I just want to say thank you, you know, thank you, and above all, thank God for bringing us two together and, you know, using us as he see fit to continue to do greater things in life, in this community, and this country as well. So I just look forward to the journey of life and just us being together. And that flight will be taken shortly to the Bahamas, and putting in a little work in the Bahamas and just having a great time. So I just truly look forward to continuing this journey that we've begun together. So thank you, and I truly love
you. Let me get this out the way so there ain't no complications later on for us. No, look, I know things don't stay the same. People grow and seasons change, but when it comes to love, changing for you over time. Cause when I say I'm here, girl, I mean it. So when the world and the odds are against us, you won't have to question. The answer is yes. When 2 or 3 years from now, you start having some doubts about if this love will last, the answer is yes. I'll still think you're beautiful, cause I'm more attracted to what's inside of you. You don't have to guess, the answer is yes. Cause I love you, all I care about is your happiness. So the answer is yes. People just don't stick around, build you up and let you down, but I'm not one of those. Now I understand that you've been burned. Honesty is what you deserve. Yeah, and so that's what I'm giving you, girl. So when the world and the odds are against us, you won't have to question. The answer is yes. When 2 or 3 years from now, you start having some doubts about if this love will last, the answer is yes. I'll still think you're beautiful, cause I'm more attracted to what's inside of you. You don't have to guess, the answer is yes.